Wow, you gotta truly love when you record the entire voiceover for the video you're doing, and come to find out the podcast mic you're trying to produce great audio for you guys, and it was off the whole time. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad to have you as always. And I wanted to do just a really cool video that really means so much to me, near and dear to my heart. It's a gun build on a Ruger 1022, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. The backstory to the reason why this rifle even exists is truly because of my late granddad, James Martin Harris. He was a huge influence in my life, and I love spending time at the range with him, tinkering on these guns, doing everything we could possible on a budget, mind you, to make these things shoot and perform better, whether it was making one look like an M1 carbine or just completely redoing a rifle we bought off the shelf back when Walmart sold Firearms. So it was really, really cool to revamp something and revive it, a receiver that he had in his parts kit that never truly became a rifle. And I wanted to do something really special with it. So I reached out to the folks over at Volquartsen Firearms. Shout out to them. They are the whole reason this thing even exists today. So to have this as a piece of equipment that we can use all the time, passed down to my son now, and it truly is magical when companies get together and believe in the stories of their customers and truly get passionate about these projects. So I reached out to Volquartsen. Long story short, got in contact with Joshua Coburn. That guy is a rock star. He got with me, and we decided exactly piece by piece what to do with this build and how to utilize this piece of history in my family to be one rock-solid bench gun, or go out as well and shoot squirrels, rabbits, coyotes, crows, whatever you want to do predator pest-wise. So let's dive right into the build and exactly how we came about to have this awesome rifle in front of you guys today. Diving right into the build for you guys, we started off with a Magpul cheekerizer kit because I knew that I was going to put a big piece of glass on this thing, and I really wanted to be able to get a perfect sight alignment, EGW scope base, and a takedown screw that I purchased on my own from, of course, Volquartsen, obviously, to match all the other pieces. So here's the receiver, the bones of the project, the heart and soul of this thing. I sent it out to get refinished, so it got re-Cerakoted to make it look brand spanking new. It was old stock from my granddad's collection. Shout out to Evolution Gun Works. These guys never cease to support the channel and be a part of any gun project I ask them to. That was a set of their Keystone rings. Look at that movie magic. Boom, and there we are. Shout out to Volquartsen, opening up the brand new box of goodness, and what a vibe that is, guys. Opening up the box to the 920 diameter barrel. This thing is alone just a work of art. Look at that barrel. I mean, good gosh, matte black, 920, heavy bull barrel, and also threaded 1/28. You'll see there a really, really seamless install they did on the thread protector. I'm just checking out the threads there like I know what I'm looking at. That thing is super, super nice, and we are going to shoot it suppressed. They sent out one of their custom competition bolts. This thing, the amount of engineering that goes behind this, you really cannot put a stock Ruger bolt back into your gun after you know this thing exists. It is an absolute monster. The extractor, the extended bolt handle, the rounded back end, what a masterpiece. TG2000 drop-in trigger pack from Volquartsen, one of their specialty parts. And also in OD green, as you guys will see later, to match the Hunter X22 Magpul stock. And I was kind of back and forth on what stock to go with, but this thing just fit the bill so perfectly, man. It has so many features and qualities that you expect from your PRS crowd. You know, if you're a long-range shooter, you know, anything like that, you'll be really, really familiar with M-lock rails, adjustable cheek riser, length of pull adjustment, quick release QD cups for slings. You've got even indentions pre-molded for some sling swivels if you want to do that as well. This thing was a beast. Now, this is what really kicked my ass here, was the I did a lot of research. Some guys say heat, some guys say freezer. I'm telling you right now, don't be like me. Stick with the Harbor Freight $20 heat gun and just use that the whole time. So here's my first attempt. We got that thing piping hot, or so I thought, and we are trying to shove that barrel shank into there. And what I didn't realize is that the Cerakote, the coating, the revamping of this receiver was jammed up inside of that, where that barrel, you know, the shank needed to go and seat and go all the way home. So working it back and forth seemed like forever. Make sure you borrow some of your wife's silicone pot handles and you'll be fine. But use heat to the 10th degree and you will get that thing to seat all the way. Now we're flipping over the barrel channel for the Magpul X22 stock. You can use the standard barrel or a 922 diameter. All you have to do is flip that little X channel and get that thing installed. Right here I'm screwing in the Allen head or the Torx bit screws for that channel. It's super, super easy to do. Will not take you any time at all. Now, this is something that I did just as a tribute to my late granddad. Just really, really something that I like to do on firearms if I'm doing a project. So right there, I've got his signature tattooed on the inside of my left forearm, and something that I look at all the time, just a reminder of him and how awesome he was. I put his signature into the gun. I loved having him in there, just a piece of him. Also, I did initial it and date it, just in case anybody down the road, like my son or another family member, decides to do something else and take the action out. They will see, the inspiration for the build and when it was done. Just something cool I like to do. So right there, I'm checking the headspace. I'm checking the timing, how deep and how centered that barrel is. Now, the biggest thing on a 1022 is getting that barrel channel just right. Not only for your V-block, but also to check where your extractor is hitting when that thing slams all the way home. So if you don't get that just right, your extractor is going to be, working harder than it should be, and you may not get reliable extraction all the time. This is something right here. Also, doing research, you definitely want to go by the Ruger Torx specs. There is no reason to, grind down this V-block. Now, I'm just using a standard V-block from Ruger. It's an OEM part. Now you're screwing this or tightening this up into aluminum, so you want to be very careful. Steel hardware, aluminum threads, just be careful. Use that Torx spec. That extended bit right there is definitely worth its weight in gold. Shout out to Fix-It Sticks. And of course, dude, we're going to witness mark these because I'm a witness mark fanatic. I love having witness marks. If it has a Torx spec, it's getting a witness mark. Action screws, scope bases, scope rings. I am doing witness marks. So that's just how I do it. Because if I have inaccuracy problems, I can do process of elimination and so on and so forth. TG2000, checking a look at it there, and we are assembling the recoil rod and spring that comes with the bolt kit. And you can see right there it fits into it perfectly. We're getting it in there. It's a little bit tricky. You need like 3 hands, but we do get it in there, and we're checking the space and how that thing reciprocates in the bolt. And let me tell you, dude, that thing it is smooth like butter. I haven't even put a drop of oil in there just yet, but that thing just rides back and forth. Very nice. There is your buffer pin. Now, they did send a synthetic buffer pin, which I highly recommend replacing that. We are screwing in the extended bolt handle. That thing is super handy, especially with a nice piece of glass on top. You don't have to struggle to open and close your bolt or work that in any way. The trigger pack, the TG2000, that thing by itself is just, oh my gosh, man, super nice. Like a 2.5 pound to 2 pound trigger pull. You just tap that thing in there. It is a true drop-in assembly, extended magazine release. You've got a nice safety, bolt hold open feature. It's just jam-packed with features, and it truly does make a fine replacement for your Ruger 1022 trigger pack. We are checking the alignment with the extractor, and yes, I know those are live rounds. We're in a controlled environment in my shop. We're fine. There's 1. There is 2, and we are good to go there. Evolution Gunworks, seriously, I can't thank these guys enough. They include Torx specs on every single piece of anything you buy from them, whether it's a plate for a shotgun, a plate for a Glock, mounting hardware, scope bases, scope rings. They give you the right Torx bit in the package, and they give you Torx specs. It truly is, like, the hardware is bar none the go-to for any project that I need that has to mount optics. Now, we're going to show you guys now our trip to the range. My cousin Parker was kind enough to go with me, and it was just cool to go to the same shooting range that me and my granddad spent hours at. We always were here. He had one of those senior citizen passes, so we got to park for free if I rode with him. And we would just go through bricks and bricks of 1022 LR ammo. 500-600 rounds in a day was nothing for us. Shooting at 100, shooting at 50. And you guys will see right here just how killer all of these parts work together at a 50-yard max right here for the Zero. And it's let it speak for itself. Check it out.
little left, a little low. Yeah, I think it's a little left.
A little left.
Because I was holding a little right. And,
okay, try it now.
dude, this trigger feels great on this thing. Yeah, it's shooting just a tiny bit left. I'm saying,
Steel?
but if you hold a tiny bit right, it's pretty money.
Is this steel?
I think maybe just a tiny bit, like.
Try that.
Yeah, that's better.
You want it a little bit more right?
Nah, let me, yeah, it's pretty straight shooting right now.
You need it up or down or anything?
I mean, at this point, I don't know if you should even mess with it.
Okay.
I'm saying it's maybe still just a tiny bit left.
Dude, I had to go.
Like if you just, I mean, you know, like a freaking,
Try that.
Yeah,
Try that.
I mean, but now I've got a hole over the bullseye, so like I don't.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
It's a little harder to tell now. Yeah, it's killing it now.
Dude, is that gun not stupid?
Dude, this thing is sick.
All right, let's see if we can get a group in here. Oh, you were blasting the bullseye. Yeah, you were doing good.
It should be dialed, dude.
I'm gonna put it on max. Oh,
I see it, dude.
bullseye. Right there with it. Bullseye.
No, that looks clean, dude.
Dude, that might be the better shot with a 22. That was pretty freaking stupid.
Yeah, it's dialed in now.
God. Hope you guys enjoyed that range footage and the whole entire build series. Seriously, I cannot thank the folks over at Volquartsen. I can't thank them enough for joining in this project. This literally would never have happened without Joshua Coburn and the team over there for putting this together and believing in me and my granddad and our story and supporting the channel. So it truly was a pleasure. Guys, seriously, thank you. Thank you. It was such an honor to put this together. You guys don't want to miss what's coming down the pipe later for the channel. We've got a full-blown Coyote Predator gun build. I'm talking tripod, silencer, thermal, the entire 9 yards. I'm going to take you guys through it just like I did on all these builds this summer. Something to keep us busy. Firearm projects are so much fun, and I love taking them to the range and seeing what they'll do. But guys, stay tuned. We got a lot coming down the pipe. Hit us up, MojoBuck80 on the Instagram right here, MojoBuck80. Go give us a follow. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video, if you're a 1022 enthusiast. If you remember going to the range or doing firearm stuff with your granddad, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And as always, guys, catch you on the next one.